It's the SS Bible Podcast, where we're going to apply scripture to the culture. So, remember the movie The Godfather? There was one line in that movie that stuck out to me. I didn't really like the movie for some reason. I think it was slow, it was boring. I didn't really like the movie, but a lot of people liked The Godfather. I think it was the original one. But there was one line that stuck out to me. And I'm gonna make an example. You'll see in a minute what I'm gonna say. But the line in that movie was spoken by Don Vito Corleone. And you know what he said? He said, women and children can afford to be careless, but not men. So what am I talking about? I'm talking about the wide receiver for the Miami Dolphins, Mr. Tyreek Hill. And why am I saying that men cannot afford to be careless? This is why. He's in the news for having a wife. For not only having a wife, but 4 other women pregnant. Not even pregnant. I think the babies are already there. I think maybe 2 might be, in the oven, or 1 in the oven, whatever. But he got 4 of the women pregnant for a total of 10 kids. I don't know if they're all here or if they're all been born, but he has a total of 10 kids. Now, why am I saying that what Vito Corleone said applies to Tyreek? Because how can a man give attention to 10 kids that's not under one roof? Now, if you got a wife and you decide to have 10 kids, 15 kids, whatever, how many kids, and they all under one roof, and you can give adequate attention to those babies and those kids, fine. But what is careless, what is selfish, and what is not good, because these kids that are not with their father on the regular, they're gonna miss out. That's a problem. Anybody who has kids all over the place, those kids are already starting off behind the 8 ball. It's crazy. We supposed to give children instructions from the Lord. That's how we're supposed to raise them. I mean, this is not something you can just do over the phone or hit and miss or whatever. When the family has been instituted by God. So if the family has been instituted by God, and you have the leader of the home, the head of the home, the man, leading and doing what he's supposed to do as in regards to his wife and his kids. What I'm talking about now, our job is to instill the righteousness of the Lord into our children. And that takes a constant communication with our babies, for us to give them Bible studies, to train them up in the discipline of the Lord. That's essential. That's raising them. How can you raise kids who's not under your roof? I mean, there is a plethora of instances where the kid, whether it's a girl or a boy, is going to need the input of his father, and he's not there. That is so careless, man. That right there is selfish. I'm tempted to even say it's wrong, because you're cheating your baby. You're cheating your kid out of a life that is ultimately, fulfilling. Now you got this baby over here, maybe in different states, different cities or whatever, and they don't have their father. All because he was careless with his seed. It's not macho. He's not a man because he got this woman pregnant over here or whatever. So what? He can afford it. That's what somebody might say. Oh, boy, he can afford it. He's rich. He can afford it. Wait, I'm going to put in the description of this video a link to why that's not true. I mean, no. Not that it's not true, that it don't matter that he can afford it. I'm going to prove it to you. I'm going to put a link to a video in this in this description box. Take a look at this link and you'll see that, oh, he can afford it. That don't mean nothing. I'm not even going to describe the video. Just look at that link and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. But what I'm saying now, not good. It's not good. Men cannot afford to be careless. And the reason why that is, I think, is because women and children can be bailed out. They can afford to be careless because there's always somebody else that can come behind and bail them out and to get them out of whatever rut they got themselves into. But when it comes to men, ain't nobody coming to our help. When we down and out, ain't nobody coming to us. Ain't anybody coming to help us. Only person that's probably coming to help us is probably a friend of ours. And I can tell you this, I've been living long enough to understand, even when you need help from a friend, they not adequate. They can't do a darn thing. You on your own. And that's how you got to live. You got to prepare to be on your own. Because in times of my life when I needed help, when I was at my lowest, I was all by myself. I'm telling you, it's a raw deal, man. I'm telling you, a lot of us men, we by ourselves. We ain't got help. We either got to make it happen or just suffer the consequences. So I just wanted to make this video real quick, man. That is not a good thing. But check out this video I'm going to place in the description box of this video. And you're going to see it don't matter that he can afford all those kids. That don't matter. But take a look at that video. This is the SS, and I'm out.